this feeling before, and I will cherish this moment forevermore. Oh, it's amazing how one can feel so much love in one place, and I know what I'm feeling is so real because it's staring me right in my face. It feels like I'm drowning in a sea of love. Feels like I'm drowning in a sea of love. Here's another thing. Now my heart is beating fast from the love running through my veins. Going away from different places, but the love we share is still the same. Oh, what a precious gift I have to share to the lovers of music everywhere. It comes from my heart and it's so pure. That's why I cannot hold back these tears. It feels like I'm drowning in a sea of love. It feels like I'm drowning in a sea of love. Feel like I'm drowning in a sea of love. It feels like I'm drowning in a sea of love, 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 love. say to the world, and this is what I said, y'all, I hit the jackpot. Ain't coming to work today. Y'all, I hit the jackpot, baby. Ain't coming to work today. I'm gonna get my head back, 'cause I've been thinking about quitting anyway. Alright, y'all, I hit the jackpot. Ain't coming to work today. Oh, I hit the jackpot, baby. Ain't coming to work today. I'm gonna get my head back. I've been thinking about quitting anyway. This is what happened in a dream. Well, I bought me a lotto ticket right past the state line. And when they called those numbers on the news, I'd be damned if they were known, man. I hit the jackpot. Ain't come to work today. Alright, I'm gonna get my head back. I've been thinking about quitting anyway. Here's another thing here. I'ma buy my wife a Lexus, buy me a brand new Cadillac, drive down to my job and tell them hell ain't never coming back. Y'all, I ain't coming to work today. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get my head down. I've been thinking about quitting anyway. Here's another thing, y'all. I'ma drive down to my job and I'm gonna get there real fast. I'ma find my boss man, look him in the face, tell him he can get my.
All right.
Yeah, ain't coming to work today. Oh no, y'all, I'm gonna get my head back. I've been thinking about quitting anyway. Well, this is what you need to know. I hit the jackpot. Y'all, I hit the jackpot, baby. Let me knock a hole in it. Oh. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Talk to me. Talk to me. Quitting anyway. I hit the jackpot, baby. I ain't coming to work today.
I've been swinging this axe for about 30 years. Trying to be heard. Trying to be felt. I gotta keep on swinging it cause I can't give up now. I feel a little closer. Yes.
Now here I am, once again, my friend, with this old guitar in my hand. I'm playing the blues, playing with all my heart. Can you feel me? I'm doing the best I can. I'm traveling all over the world, spreading love and joy through my music. The music has no limits, so I have no other choice but to knock a hole in it. Listen, born and raised in Mississippi, around a lot of great musicians gave me my drive. As a child, I told myself I want to travel all over the world, touching lives. I played gospel music for many, many years. Switched over to the blues. They thought it was strange. See what they didn't know. The music has no limits, so I have no other choice but to knock a hole in it. Can I do it? Knock a hole in it. Can y'all help me say it? Knock a hole in it. Can we do it again? Knock a hole in it. Y'all help me say it. Knock a hole in it. One more time. Knock a hole in it.
How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, this is what we're gonna do until Cat will be on in approximately 2 or 3 minutes. Josh is about to get on. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna play some music for Cat because he's coming on. Okay, he's gonna be here. We're asking everybody to share this thing. Okay, so we're gonna play this video until I get Josh. There goes Josh. There's Josh. Let's see, can we get Josh?
I just want to take a few minutes
And
out
remove this.
and personally thank each and every one of you
Josh, can you hear me?
throughout the year.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. He hit the mic. I can't hear you, but I heard you hit your mic.
I'll go out and come back.
Oh, you good now?
I appreciate you.
You good now?
And just know that everything that I do
You good?
comes from my heart. This is my song.
Good.
I can. You. I could hear you at first. Is that something?
I can hear now, cuz.
You good?
Yep. You can hear me?
Yeah, you had a little technical difficulties.
Yeah. I'm good now, though.
Say it again.
I'm good now, though.
You're good now, brethren.
All right.
Hey, Josh. I guess let's talk about until we get Cat on. Cat, it's approximately 2 or 3 minutes out.
Yeah.
Is that music too loud? Are we good?
That's good to me.
You good?
I think we're good.
Let's talk about this, Josh. let's talk about this.
You talking about something, Doc?
So looks like we got a big show June 10th, Greenwood, Mississippi. Reason we doing this advertisement is because the guest is on this show. Gonna have Tucker, Sir Charles, TK Soul, J1, P2K. I think this Mr. I gotta make a U-turn, ain't right, Jay?
Yep. I think so.
Okay. So you got Tucker. I don't know what Mr. Tucker's saying. Sir Charles, I really don't know what he's saying. TK Soul, and I think he has like a Zodiac line dance type song. And then you got Mr. I got this record. P2K is I gotta make a U-turn. Gotta turn it around, yo. Hey, that's a hit, man. That's a hit. I don't think he's singing that part, but that's a hit. We got Sipp. Sipp got hits and hits. Big baby, what's up, big baby? They go Sipp. Let me see. I gotta get Sipp right there. There goes Sipp. Sipp is there. You got Sipp on the show. He's gonna have many hits right there. Mr. Trey Williams. I don't know Mr. Trey Williams neither. But that's just me. It's a lot. I imagine Trey got a lot of fans. And then of course a bunch of say it again. Can you catch you on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Trey is a good artist, man.
Which one? Trey is Trey the one with the gold hat on the bit?
Trey Williams. No, I think that's J1. I can't see the flyer.
Oh, you can't see the flyer?
Well, I can see it, but it's small. I'm
Okay.
old, so my glasses.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's gonna be a big show there in Greenwood. Oh yeah, Big Baby said that's Trey. So Big Baby said that's Trey. So yeah, man. I imagine Sipp got shows prior to that. You know, you got May coming up too. So this was the only one that I saw that I had saw a flyer to. So but yeah, Mr. Sipp gonna talk more about that. Also, you got Mr. Josh Myles is up for Stella. And Josh, if I'm right there, how you do the clap thing, Lord? There we go. And the crowd goes crazy. I think, Josh, this is Stella number 2 that you shooting for. Is that correct?
It's number 2, Doc.
Number two.
But it'd be number 1 alone. Me and Keith won together in 2020.
Hey, I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
Feedback. Cat had a song say, check the mic. He said, you don't need no squealing to hear what I'm saying. I put the camera on me, man. Put me on. I want to show y'all, hey, Cat, I want to show y'all my Stella. This is a car. Y'all ready? And the crowd goes crazy.
I remember your Stella parts.
Hey, me and Kyle was sitting on the ice cream bus one day, and we used to call that Cat. We called that bus the ice cream bus. We were sitting on the ice cream bus, and Kyle carried this thing around with him. And Kyle said, "Man, I want to tell everybody, this is our Stella right here." So, hey, I still got it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it, Josh.
All right. Peter, you done ate your supper?
Yeah. I have.
Okay. I ain't. I kind of slept through supper this time, so I just got a little something over here on the side. I'm just might ease over every now and then and take a bite.
Cat, do we still use the word supper? Josh said supper.
Right.
I heard that in a long time. So, man, listen, man, we're excited to have Mr. Sipp and Mr. Josh Myles back today On the podcast number 2, Miss Flowers is on here. Miss Riri, she on here. But yeah, we are happy to have everybody back. Part 2. We're try to wind this thing tonight. Try to get all these questions out from people have from Mississippi. So, how y'all want to, Josh? How you want to open this thing up, man?
I think we need to let Mr. Sipp open it up. But first thing I want to say, Riri, you leave me alone.
What up, Riri? Riri bringing that far now.
every time.
Like, bringing that far.
She ain't gonna let up. Like, Riri gonna come out on 10. And, and if she can get to 11, she gonna go to 11. She gonna keep going. That's how
I love it.
Now, Riri, that's a compliment. Now, don't get me now. Don't sleep on me. You're right. Don't sleep. We're not. Trust me. All right, Kat. You go open this thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kat.
No, what y'all want to talk about, man? I can talk forever. Unfortunately, I can't do 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do 3 hours.
I gotta eat then. And then
believe it or not, Kat, once we got off, me and Josh stayed on another hour. Now, we could have actually called each other, but we just guess we want to look at each other. I don't know.
It's like FaceTime.
Yeah, it's just like FaceTime. Kat, I got some questions. Something that I've been thinking about. Maybe you and Josh can help this audience out. Ben, why did you put that up there? So you can leave it up there. It's all good. Kat, Josh, I know you all got music everywhere. On a lot of people, y'all been featuring on a lot of people albums and whatnot. Man, and also I know both of you all are 2 great songwriters. Both of you all are unique in what you all bring to the table as far as the songwriting and whatnot. What are the steps? I'm not too loud, right?
No, you're good.
What are the steps to as far as publishing? Because some people, it's a lot of artists write songs, and it's a lot of them don't have their business together initially. Okay, can y'all enlighten on the steps of music publishing? That's the first one. Let's start right there.
All right. Well, I want to clear this up because I hear a lot of people say this. Yeah, I got new music coming, man, and I got it copyright. I got my copyrights. The copyrights are good. The copyright is the protection. The publishing is the money. Let me say that again. The copyrights is the protection, but the publishing is the money. And really, it don't make no sense to have one without the other. You know what I mean? So just want to clarify the difference in when people thinking, well, I just got my song copywritten. Well, that just keeps anybody from stealing it, and that's if you savvy enough to catch them and then dispute what they've stolen. But you can have it copywritten all day long. You ain't receiving no money because you don't have it published. In order to get it published, you must obtain a publishing company through one of the music publishing societies, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, Harry Fox, and those are just the 4 I know. It could be more, but those are just the 4 I know. You have to get a publishing company. I'm with ASCAP, and back when I did my publishing company back in the early 90s, it was free. So I don't know if there's a fee for that now, but I know in the early 90s it was free, to become a publisher and registered as a songwriter. All of those are 3 different entities. Josh, I'm quite sure you've started a publishing company way more recent than 1992. So
Yeah.
you might have some new day intel on how to do that and where to do that. Back then, it was all paper. I had to go to the library. I had to go to the library and get a form, get it printed off, mail that joker in.
Yes.
So I'm quite sure it's way more savvier now than it was in 1992.
Hey, I know y'all heard of the. This is back when I first started doing publishing and whatnot. Josh, I know you heard of this. You from Tupelo. They just called it "Po Man Copyrights."
Like, mail it back to yourself.
Mail it to yourself. I'm like, what is that?
Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, as old school that is, that will give you a little leverage. Just make sure you're not going up against nobody who got a real lawyer.
Right.
But that'll give you a little leverage. But with having fighting somebody with a real lawyer, man, you about to get your broom dust. With that.
Hey Josh, we're gonna let you come in on this question right here. What's the
Hold
average?
You might get dusted with your copyright. Got a good lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. Josh, Mr. Gerald Wilson, what's the average percentage of amount of published companies can make from an artist? Can you help him out, enlighten him with it?
Well, it depends on if you're partnering with a company. Say for instance, if you do your publishing company, then you can obtain 100% of that. But if you partner with me, and I'm just using me, but if you partner with me, it's whatever we decide the split is. Or if you sign with a label or a major label, it's whatever their deal is and whatever you agree to, which 90% of people agree to 100% publishing to the record label.
Yep. Josh?
I ain't really much I can add with that, Cat. That's the truth, though. I think I was told at one point when you going in with a company, 50-50 is fair, but at the same time, you get what you negotiate. Right. And then sometimes having 50% ain't always fair to you, depending on what all that company has to do to make sure your music gets to a place where it can be profitable.
Right.
I know me and Josh has worked together on projects and we have shared publishing. Now, I think it was me, Josh, and me and Lamar. We always put stuff in writing, but we shared the publishing through, I think, Josh, me and you, I know him with BMI. I think you would BMI also.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we have always shared publishing, and it has always been fair, if you ask me. So, yeah. And y'all got anything else y'all wanted to enlighten on that particular topic as far as music publishing? Now, you said some good stuff, man. Copyright is protection.
Yeah. And publishing is the money. And I hear a lot of people say, I got this new album out and got this new album coming out, new music coming out, man. I got all my copyrights, man, and I'm ready to roll. Well, you just putting it out, because you're not going to get any royalties because they don't even know how to read it. They don't know where to send it. And I would say this. There are a lot of unclaimed royalties out there still today, from artists. Some with publishing companies will have changed your address. I didn't put an email address. They don't know where to send that money. So there's a way you can go. You can go out there and check and see if you got money out there. Now, what is that way today, Chris? Josh, I don't know it sitting here right now, but I can have that information for another time and another day.
Hey, that would be some helpful information.
I can't remember the website, but it's the SAG-AFTRA, SAGAFTRA. And the only reason I really know that is because I had some money sitting up and didn't know it.
So you found it?
Oh yeah, I got mine.
Yeah.
But I
So
didn't.
when we get through, you're gonna walk me through those steps, okay?
And that is the site. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I have to check my books, but I recently got a check from them, SAG dash after whatever that word is, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's it, and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, songwriters and producers and people that do have your publishing, that probably have some royalties out there somewhere that's
Mhm.
just floating, just floating in the wind.
Josh, do that website one more time.
Well, don't get me wrong, because I want to make sure I'm right on it, but I believe it's SAG dash AFTRA. I think that's .com, but I have to look it up to be completely sure. But I'll let you know, Riri, when I find it, and then we'll come back. I'll let y'all know next week. Well, I can look on here and see if I can find it real quick.
He ain't gonna remember.
Yeah.
I'm
In the
definitely
meantime,
not gonna remember next week.
and remember, register your stuff as a publisher and a songwriter too. That's another step. You can have a publishing company and you can be a writer up under ASCAP or BMI, but if you don't register your music, it's more steps than getting in the booth, singing a verse and taking a picture. Is that's the easy part of it.
Real deal.
That's the easy part of it. But when you want to see some real residuals from your work, just take out a little time to see about that business. And if not, don't be afraid to ask for help. And that's been my thing since the early '90s. I asked a million questions, and I still ask questions. Something I don't know, I'm gonna ask, and you can tell me. If I don't understand it, I'm gonna ask again. Why? Because if it's just something I need to know, and especially if you're there and willing to share it with me, you know, I'm gonna learn it.
That's right, man. Hey, so got another question for you, you guys. I know y'all mentioned getting paid. What are some sources on to get paid? How often is this? Quarterly, half a year, annually? Like, can you all enlighten on a situation like that, topic like that?
For ASCAP, I do know it's quarterly. It's quarterly. You get paid quarterly, and they're on time. Uh, I haven't known but one time that they was behind schedule, and I think that was it was Katrina or something. It was like something was really going on in the world, um, and they wasn't that behind. It was maybe like 3 or 4 days, behind. But they're pretty much timely, on time. Um, Another thing to artists, whether it's gospel, blues, southern solo, some of these venues are reporting venues, meaning they
Yeah,
have like when I ran my restaurant uh, and venue, I had to obtain a license to play the TV, play background music during the day for lunch hour, But what that is that's covering if my and I tell you how smart I was. I only played Mr. Sipp at my restaurant 24/7 every day, 5 years straight. So that smart man. I know, Castro. Thank you. Yeah, that's all I played. Unless I had a band coming there singing. But doing lunch hour every day, you know, happy hour. Man, I was every song I got, I had that sucker in rotation. But me, I said that to say this: when you play these venues, some churches, some gymnasium, state, whatever you pay, you turn in a song list to that venue, uh, and request for your performance royalties. That's a real thing, you know. and that's that's real. 95% of us I know in the gospel world don't even think about that probably didn't even know about performance royalties and don't know a lot of these churches that we sang in um, are ran, they're entangled with the government. I mean, they file taxes, they turn in different things, and to the government. So therefore, is if they in a system like that, then yes, they most likely they had to obtain a license to sing music in the church. You know, and
That's hot.
you'll be surprised. Especially if you gigging everywhere you work it, man. You turn them songs in, you song, you know, and tell them to report them. You know,
Now, I just had a international DJ. I know y'all probably don't know him because as far as you all's location or whatnot, but his name is we call him Big V. Big V is an international DJ, like the real DJ. I ain't talking about like me DJ, but he's the real DJ. So I know he's C put genius. So yeah, he's more in tune with what we are talking about and whatnot. But that's great information. Josh, you want to enlighten on that?
Not really. I think Cat got that one. I will add about publishing though that today your publishing company is gonna cost you $150. It's the songwriter is still free. This is for BMI, so I don't really know about.
It was 125 and went up to $25.
Yeah, it's $150. So I don't really know about ASCAP. I think CSAC is like invitation only, ain't it?
yeah.
You can't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think you can't just join CSAC. I think they have to invite you. You may be able to apply, but it's invitation only, so you may not be able to apply. I really don't know, but I know BMI is $150 for your publishing company. Songwriters is free. So
And believe it or not, if you're a songwriter, you putting out music, that'll be the best 150 that you ever spent.
yes, sir.
That'll be the best 150 that you ever spent. And it's called investing into yourself, investing into your craft.
Your crowd. That's hot, man. Hey, next, y'all got anything else y'all want to more enlighten them more on the topic? Or are you good on that? I ain't trying to rush us, but I am trying to do an hour.
I will say also on that where that really we can come back to that. If you're not looking to be a if you're not, I don't know what other functions you may be looking to do, but if all you're gonna do is write songs, then you probably would be straight with just the songwriters. What I just found out is that the songwriters cut is the same. It's actually publishing too. Publishing 100% is, we kind of look at it as 200%, but it's all 100%. So if the songwriter is getting whatever the songwriter share is, that's also a piece of publishing. But I didn't know that. But at the same time, I'm saying for my sake, having a publishing company, and I'm pretty sure for Cat's sake and for your sake, Park, having a publishing company is still advantageous because we're not just songwriters. We do work.
Right.
And I'll say this, Josh. I think they should still go ahead and become publishers. Meaning, if they're just writing songs and selling songs,
Mm-hmm.
writing songs and selling songs, which that's something I don't advise anybody to do. Just write a song and sell it. But if that's what you're doing, you write the song and you selling, maybe now it's 150. 10 years from there, it might be 285. Like jump on
Right.
it now and
Right.
just have it. It's best to have something and don't need it than to need it and don't have it.
Yeah.
So say for instance, one of those songs that you wrote for me, Josh, get into a movie. And I feel generous and I want to say, Josh, man, I appreciate you writing this great song for me. I want to share this publishing with you. but you don't have no publishing company because you're just a writer. You
Yeah.
know, you get what I'm saying. So, but if you obtain that publishing company and ain't never did nothing with it, and you run into a good fella like myself that just want to be appreciative and show some love, and hey, all you do is give that name, hey, let's get you signed up, and
Yes, sir.
and wait till the quarter comes out.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
Hey, I got another topic, man, and the reason why I'm asking this, these are questions that the everyday ordinary musician, because I am still an ordinary musician, but these are questions that people have. So it was a gospel artist one time. I wouldn't even call him a local artist or whatnot, that my uncle managed or whatnot, and they got selected for a Stella, Josh. And the question was, how in the world did we get selected? How did this happen? Like it shocked them. And since then they began selected pretty much year after year or whatnot. But can you all tell us is it a process, or how would I get selected for a Stella, Dove, Grammy, Cat? I think you just won the Jackson Music Awards not too many years ago or whatnot. Like how do these things come about?
Well, I do know with like the I wouldn't say lower or smaller because I was going to say that, and y'all, I refrain from saying those words, so don't fry me. I don't know the word. Other award shows other than the Grammys and the Stellas and the BMAs. So and the Doves Awards. Those are like the four of the biggest awards I know. But there's a committee for that, and like as for I would say the Jackson Music Awards. My good friend Jesse, I believe to my heart they do it by the book. I mean, they kind of watch artists, check out music all through the year, see what's happening, and I think it's fair across the board. I don't think it's no politics to that. I don't send in no music for that. I will say with the BMA, the Blues Music Awards. So for the ones that don't know, on the gospel side, you have the Stella Awards, then the Grammys, and the Stella Award is a prestige award. The next step up is a Grammy. Well, on the blues side, you got the BMAs, then the Grammys. Okay, so with the BMAs, there is, it's just you got to have an album that's been released within a certain time frame. You have to submit that album. It's a list of things you have to do to even get your music heard for submission. And without that, you can't do it. The other thing is you have to be a member of the Blues Foundation. And if anybody's listening, go to bluesfoundation.org and sign up to be a member. It's only $25 if you want to be a part of that world and that society. With the Stellas, I tell you what had to happen with True Believers with our album Back to the Roots.
Was that the live one?
Yeah.
The live one? Okay.
That wasn't the live one that you was talking about last week.
I got you.
That's the one. So what we had to do is we had to report our sales for 4 consecutive weeks, and those sales had to land us somewhere in the top 50 on the BDS charts or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And what I did, I'll be honest, when that album came out, I booked 8 weeks of shows. And I made sure after I released that album, the official release date, I sold at least 4 weeks consecutive of enough CDs to make it in the top 50, which the first week I was number 2. The second week I was number 7. The third week I was number 8. The fourth week I was number 14. That was enough to get me the initial first step into being on the first round of the Stellar ballot. Now,
Wow.
if it changed from then, I know nothing about it, and you know, maybe Josh know more about it. But you got to report sales, and it's got to make that chart, the top 50 of that chart.
Shane Smith just stated building relationships with the members of the Grammy Academy helps.
It helps, but the Grammys
Honest-
is a monster. I would say no, real talk. So my Hypnotized album made it to the second round, and I just didn't have enough weight. Um, and I spent a lot of money. Buying FYI, what is FYCs. Uh, that's a whole monster of a game. Has nothing to do with nothing that we think it does. And I found this out from the core. Uh, it's basically Josh got a record company, I got a record company, Chris got a record company, and then I'm gonna use Keith Johnson. Keith is an independent artist. Keith is hot now, and Keith is coming through. So what we'll do is Josh will have a new artist that's coming out in 2023. That that he really need him to. He really needs this artist to emerge. So what Josh should do say, hey, if you help get my new artist through, Chris and Castro, what I'll do is I get my whole team for the next 2 years to pull one of your artists through. And I'm saying is that just went over everybody's head that done paid your little Grammy Association membership. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
and you voting, So it's pretty much me and Chris, we're gonna come together collectively, tell our team, our whole staff, all our people, vote for Josh's new artist because next year he gonna pull 2 of our artists through. So we'll sacrifice this year to help Josh because the next 2 years he'll bring 2 of our people through.
How many people are doing it though?
Everybody, they're working together.
In the gospel industry?
Oh no.
That's what I'm.
Well, no. On the upper level of the gospel industry,
Okay.
like I
Okay.
said, I would say this: Quartet really don't have a foot in the door there.
I guess.
Like I said, we barely got a foot in the door in the Stellars, but the Grammys, we just really don't have a foot in the door. We really don't have a lucrative record company that's pushing and priming for that, and that's because, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. We've been boycotted off radio, you know, you know. Like I said, the biggest weapon for most in bigger industries is to silence somebody, and
Right.
that's completely what they're doing to Quartet on a mainstream level. Is they silence it, you know, they they turning the microphone off, they turning the cameras off. You get what I'm saying? And they leaving us back here to fight each other about nothing. It's facts. I said last week, and I say it every time I get on a platform that will be left up to stay. That number one, that knowledge is power, not popular, and the truth sometimes hurt.
I got it. Josh.
I don't think I can add nothing to what Cat just said.
Hey, Kat said something, Josh. And Josh, I know that you have been on the road lately. Okay. And Kat, now the album that I think that you mentioned, Back to the Roots, I'm assuming that's the album that me and you talked. I think it was no click tracks on the album. I think you said you was going back to
Yeah,
yeah.
I ain't use no click tracks.
Is that
No,
Live,
no.
right? Live, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. I know exactly. So Josh, Kat did an album. No metronome, no clicks, no stems, and hit it, boy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Kat, I could imagine overdubs was a little longer, though, right?
Nope.
Y'all flew through?
It wasn't many overdubs. I wanted it raw. I like my whole thing. Back to the Roots was, this is the root of it. It's not polished. It's not. This is what happened that night. And that's what happened. That's what happened that night.
That's
You
hot.
know. We went back and sung one more part on the background vocals. I didn't want to stack them, and just any flaws I had as a lead singer, I wanted to leave them in there.
Man,
And I did.
How many people doing it?
They scared. They scared to show. They scared to show. Real talk. They scared to show who they are. So now live albums don't even feel live anymore because it's so polished and so crisp and so, you get what I'm saying? Like, dude, I know I ain't nobody's singer, and on that record, I sung a whole lot of bad notes. Now, I did that because for me, it ain't my singing, it's the awe. It's how I project it. It's how confident I am. If I do hit a wrong note, I ain't tripping about that.
That oil is a noun.
You know what I'm saying? If it's in my mind to go at that house, for the ones that listen at my singing will be the first ones that's under those bleachers.
That oil,
You know what I'm saying?
Now, like speaking of oil, Josh, you can't teach the oil, huh?
You can't teach it.
No.
You can't grow it. You can't even buy it.
Can't buy it. You said something, you can't buy it.
You can't buy it. And that's what's happening in the industry. Notice, and this is throughout all genres. They're taking out the oil. There's no, for me, R&B was oil, meaning it had substance, it had feeling. They took R&B is off the radio. It's hip hop, which has no oil. It's all mechanical. It's all, with the blues, the traditional blues, those guys, they were singing with the oil, playing with the oil. They wasn't all dressed up, but now we have, contemporary blues, indie blues, this kind of blues, that kind of blues, and all that's polished, getting away from the mass majority of the world don't have the oil. They got skill, but they don't have the oil. So
but I thought the oil was the Prevost bus that pulled up on the lot. Like, I thought you had the oil if you had that Prevost.
That's what the industry want people to believe. And I would say this: True Believers, first set of True Believers was a prime example. When we was hitting, with the Lee Williams, the Williams brothers, the Cantons, and everybody, we pulled up. We ain't never had a bus, and I'm saying I could vouch for this. Real talk. Our account was stupid stacked. I'm talking about we had money. We had money. I wouldn't buy no bus. And a lot of the pros, laughed and talked about it because we traveled with a cooler with sandwiches and drinks and stuff. Why? It's because I was teaching them we're not gonna spend our money out here splurging at restaurants and getting buses and this, that. We started buying land, property.
Oh my God.
We was doing our own festival.
Man, that's gonna be a whole nother topic, man. We talking about that land stuff.
But
that's
we
something.
Started, you get what I'm saying? And I'm saying is we had that all. So that means we wasn't missing no house on that van. Watch this now. That was paid for after the first year. So it's about having, doing smart business, but smart business is not popular. So therefore, if you're operating too much smart business, then they shut your mic off. They shut your camera off. And then you have to be aware of that and be okay with that.
Josh, you got something? Josh is over there eating, man. I promise he ain't bit more. What are you eating?
Some fish and rice. But listen, I think that's good stuff, bro, Cap. I think what it have boiled down to is a lot of people have had what we call the oil, but they ain't had no business sense. And they were taken advantage of by people that had business sense because they had the oil. But the oil with no business sense is null and void. I think that if you got the oil and you ain't got no business sense, that God might be a little upset with you.
Well, and right now, Josh, I think we have a lot of still no business sense.
Oh yeah.
and no oil, and that's better. No, that's better. That's better and easier to control than it is with somebody with oil in their
Oh yeah.
business sense.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes you're covered up under the oil. You get what I'm saying?
But I
You
think
know,
so. I mean, I ain't trying to go religious, but what I'm saying is, I
Come on,
think
bro.
that we're at a place that the information is so vast. It's just like we on here now, and we talking business, and we putting out information, and so many places that we can go and get information to do our business correctly. It's places you can go and learn what you need to learn to do the things that you need to do in a manner that it don't hurt you and that you can bless people with what you do. And a lot of us just refuse to take on that information. Now, on the flip side, if I refuse to take on their information, then it makes sense for me to sign with a company that's just going to do that part, and I can just be concerned about what I'm going to do. But what a lot of us have done is we X out the company and we X out the information, and we just say we're going to go and sing, and we just going to let God bless us. And I think that's the wrong position to take in today's day and time, because he has allowed that information to be available to us. And Proverbs said, with all that get an understanding. If you don't understand business and you out there trying to do business, you doing the wrong thing. If you just want to sing and you don't want to do no business, you can go right up there to your church and sing with the male chorus.
Now, one thing I know about Josh, and this is a fact, because he gonna call me at least once every 2 weeks about some book or some article that he done read, and basically he just want to put like, Parks, I'm trying to keep you up on game. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that because he do more reading than me, and that's a downfall for me. And I'm gonna come on up. I am. But I know that for a fact. He gonna read them articles, them books, them emails, all this stuff. So yeah, bravo to Josh. I'm assuming. I know that's how he has made it. As far as he has made it, a step on top of some other people in the game. Not saying that's what he's trying to do, but yeah, that's why I think he's at the level that he is. And kudos to Josh. God bless you,
I
brother.
say some of that, and like Kat said last week, creating relationships. You got to have some relationships with some good people that's gonna help you.
yeah.
I could be the greatest engineer in the world, but if I don't get with nobody that can help me move to a second level, I have a whole bunch of stuff in my backyard.
Yep. And like I said, relationships are very, very important. And I would say this, and not, you know, not being religious to this, that, and the other, but like I said, all of us on this channel right now, which one? None of us will go to a drink machine with an out of order sign on it and put $1 in it expecting a drink.
No, sir.
So I look at the same. God is not going to put nothing in out of order human beings, man, out of order situations. You get what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh my God.
Are you talking, Doc? You talking?
no, that's real talk, and that alone for me, um, I try to treat everybody right. I try to do right by every situation. I try to be in order so that my blessings continue to flow. Um, and it's very easy to get out of order. It is. I mean, that's just, I mean, it's very easy for me to get out of order, but I always try to be conscious of that. And if I find myself out of order, if it's brought to my attention that I am out of order, then I'm such a man, that I've apologized in the last 3 years more than I ever in my life because I see things different now. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to always be right, and even if I am right, and you feel like I wrong you, to create peace, I will offer you a sincere apology so we can move on. You get what I'm saying? it don't cost me nothing to try to straighten it out
And some
so that
people
my
say just
blessings
drop
can,
pride like that.
yeah. So and I do that so my blessings continue. They can continue to flow. My lane of blessings is not clogged up with anything. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I just
That's
want to
not.
put that out there, man. A, a, a lot of situations, a lot of organizations, a lot of you know, a lot of things is out of order, man. And you're expecting to be blessed, and it ain't going. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell you, that it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
You
Hey,
know.
Cat, I heard Cat just say, Josh, I was getting into I don't know, did I say this or not? Cat said, well, I was getting to the album they did, the No Click track, Back to the Roots or whatnot. Cat had mentioned that he sold CDs. Now, are we still selling CDs? The CDs still hot? Or is it the thing that's coming obsolete? Or how, if it is obsolete, then Josh, how do we get to the point that Cat was talking to that he got to by selling his CDs? How do you get to it now if it's obsolete? I'm listening.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I made a post a long time ago to say that CDs have become irrelevant or are becoming irrelevant. I don't know. I can't remember how I put it, but I was saying that young artists today need to buy maybe 100 CDs or whatever and sell all of those first, and then buy your next 100. And Cat called me, and me and Cat had a conversation about CD sales. And yeah, Jeff, Cat told me, Cat said, man, I sell over 150, 200, depending on where I am. I may sell 500 or 600 CDs. And I'm just going on clarifying what I'm saying at this point. I think in as a new artist, depending on the genre and the crowd that you selling to, you may or may not sell CDs. I've been on the road with the Conspiracy. I done sat at the table for Mr. Harvey and sold out of CDs at the CD table. But Peter, you singing.
I was saying, Mr. Harvey, Mr. Harvey.
But at the same time, I gone to a program with my own stuff with a younger crowd, a younger audience, and I may sell $300 or $400 worth of CD because, or I may even sell less than that because the younger people coming to the table saying, "Well, I got that on Apple Music, or I got that on Spotify, or I got it on whatever." So for the younger generation, and it's still stepping up because it's some 60-year-olds that ain't studying no CD. But then, like my daddy, that's what he want. He want a CD. He don't want. I put Apple Music on my daddy iPad for him to listen to all the good quartet music that he wanted to listen to for 3 months. The free trial was 3 months, and when that 3 months was up, he was looking for a CD.
Hey, my little Gary had just got a great question. Say something on your mic. I don't know which one mic you got.
I think that's number 4.
Okay, you
Or
good.
number 3.
Ask your hey, this is a legitimate question. Go.
Can they hear me?
They can hear you, bro. Go.
Okay, so at first it was iTunes, and people buy your song for like 99 cents. So that switch from iTunes to Apple Music, like did your brand suffer, from that? Being that you get
I,
paid based off like streams now.
most definitely, it's suffered. So there's a saying in the book that the world is getting wiser but weaker. Wiser meaning um, uh, more creative ways and easier ways, easier access. Weaker is taking the strength of the numbers. You know, I would say um, uh, it. What Josh was just talking about. CD sales used to be high. Before CD sales, there was cassette tapes and VCR tapes and stuff used to be high. Then went to CDs, and everybody car didn't have a CD player. Everybody couldn't afford a CD player. Well, we eventually moved into that era. Now they're doing away with the CD players and going to the streaming and this, that, and the other. Well, this is how bad it suffers. You at a blues festival, I could sell a Mr. Sipp CD for $20. $20. But if you get it, you can get that same album off of Apple Music for $7.99. And now I got to split with this person, that person, this person. So by the time that $7.99 get to Mr. Sipp, I'm looking at a strong $2.05.
And I think the streaming, Josh, is it like a penny a stream or something like that?
It's 0.0001 cent per stream.
Wow.
So you literally giving away your music. And let me say something that I did before streaming. Before streaming got hot and was a real thing, is I did a mixtape back in 2007. Probably some of y'all don't even know about it, but I did a mixtape. This is when MySpace was going on. I was giving that album away online. They can download it for free. Asking for $1 donation. 19,000 people got that album
That
for
was
$1.
very smart.
For $1.
So we want more blessing with them.
You do the math. It's real simple math. $1, 19,000 people. You do the math.
Hey, Kat, let's check this song out right here. Josh, I love this one. Y'all check this out. We're gonna just listen about 10 seconds up, okay? Kat, we're gonna let you enlighten us on how this song came about right here, all right?
It's been like one big bad dream. There's so much happening in this world we're living in today. Senseless killings, so much hate right in front of our face. And you know I'm right. We've got to find a better solution to cut back on all the confusion. Now love is the way of mending. Let's just come together and start winning. Don't look back. F2020.
Hey, so Kat, you wrote this during the pandemic, huh?
Yeah, I did that whole album during the pandemic. So this is the thing. That song came, first of all, I didn't watch TV until the pandemic. And what's crazy, I was watching Netflix. No, I was watching Amazon, Prime or whatever. And I ran up on this movie, what is it? Soul Brothers, Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So they had a groove on there, man. So that's that groove, man. I got the groove from that movie. But
I can't take it.
It was so much going on, man. And I start seeing the world unfold via TV, social media, and I begin to get woke about how things work in life, man. All this stuff, for me, this is my opinion. I'm gonna say this so I won't get in trouble. I just think everything was planned. It was a whole plan, and I was watching the plan unfold, and I was watching not only our people, but different creed, colors. The plan was to make us fall out with each other, and they was nailing it.
Division.
Division. And then everything was a distraction from what we really needed to pay attention to. And I mean, like it worked, man. So during that time, people lost jobs. People had to suffer. People had to go through things. And I knew. This is why I said knowledge is power, but it's not popular. That song is full of knowledge, but that's not one of my popular songs.
Not popular.
That's not one of my popular songs on that album in the industry. But for the ones that get the album and listen to that song and listen at it for what it is, I'm telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth about 2020.
I think
And
you
that's
released
why
that as a single, right? At first.
that was my first single of 2020. You know, I wanted to put it out there. And I'm saying the single did pretty good. It didn't do as good as any of the other songs did, Now I get a lot of requests to sing that song, but media won't play that song.
Right.
That song didn't get a lot of media, and that alone, name any informative song that was a big song. You might can put out one or two, but that's about it. That taught me something. If I want to be in this industry, then I have a duty to inform people. But if I want to sell a record, call them to my house and talk to them in the living room. Don't put it on the record. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Knowledge is power, but not popular, man.
Knowledge is powerful. Type it in.
And when that sink in, you'll understand it and you'll see it. Just start watching anybody that ever had knowledge and had a platform that was, just going global. They got rid of.
Man, that is hot. I'm listening, Josh.
Oh no, I just gonna say I think you have to find creative ways to say what you're gonna say.
There's always somebody out there to pick it up and tell you that. I'll be careful about this because I know this is out there for people to grab 15 years from today and say, well, Mr. Sipp said, 15 years ago that knowledge is power. It's there, and they'll wait to that most vulnerable time in your life to take something, sketch it out, and drag you, man. So I keep saying, everything that I say is my opinion. I'm not speaking no law on this show. It's my opinion, and I am entitled to my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And that's hot. Hey, so guys, we got roughly 10 more minutes because we started a little late. We got roughly 10 more minutes, and we're gonna get Mr. Sipp. I'm listening.
I got a question. So I want to ask you guys, maybe y'all can answer this. So there are so many workshops, GMWAs, Ecclesia, this workshop. Why they don't sit down and have these discussions?
Now I won't say this, and this is Josh. This is back when I was with the True Lights. We was going to what's the thing in Birmingham? What's the called?
Quartet Convention.
Yeah, Mrs. Stewart. And I can tell you this, Cat, and this is an honest guy, true, Josh. Josh, I don't even think I knew you then.
Probably not.
But back then, man, we went knowing that God was going to bless us with a record deal. That was the whole thing back then. And we'll come back home, and the service singers is the only one that got the record deal every year. Okay? But what I'm saying is, outside looking in. Now, that's outside looking in. Me and Josh and them just done it a couple years ago because we did the tribute to Lee. But I didn't go to no seminars. But back then, it was a bunch of money involved. You pay $400 to come up there and sing 10 minutes. And it was more about if you hit, I got booked. The seminars were happening. But from a working artist, Josh, you'll travel to Birmingham that Friday. After work, you get there late, and they'll have that seminar. Now they're gonna have that singing that night that lasts to 2:00 in the morning. Then you're gonna have the seminar. That's 9 times out of 10 is gonna be empty. Okay, and then they're gonna have this Saturday night singing, and then everybody's gonna be traveling home all day that Sunday. That's the way it was back then. Now, I don't know how else things going because I haven't been to it. Josh, you maybe can help us out with that.
But that verifies that knowledge is power, and not popular. Meaning the singing was popular.
Yeah.
The knowledge that was being offered, it was power probably in those seminars, but no one seeked out for the knowledge. So
Cat.
and you said back then, so that means that was a long time ago, Chris.
Yeah, you
So
probably talking
um,
about 99, 96,
so imagine the mindsets of those that traveled through that time up until now. There's a whole generation, a gap of I would say ignorance of the industry. Let me clear this up to my beloved color folks. Ignorant is not a bad word. It just means unlearned. You
Yeah.
know, you get in a fight if somebody say you ignorant. No, if I'm ignorant, then educate me.
And
Yeah.
some people
So
are ignorant.
but do you think that created a whole industry of talented, ignorant people? And I'm saying ignorant is not a bad word, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fight me on this. It's just unlearned. You don't know, and you know, not probably not willing to know. How do we skip over all of the seminar to get to the showcases and the preaching and the prophesying and the shouting? You know that
I
you know
I'll say, Cat. I think it's a. I don't know. I have to. I think it's a disconnect, but the disconnect happened kind of on both sides over time. I say I don't really know what kind of information was being given out before I ever went. The first thing I ever went to was the Gospel Quartet Convention. When I went, we went to the classes. When I started going, I wasn't. I was playing for my sister. I was playing bass for my sister at that time, so I didn't really have a quartet type interest at that time. I was still church boy, choir boy. I was playing I would play the bass at church, and I was playing bass for my sister. I played for a few quartets, but I wasn't in no quartet group trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Anyway, our first time going to the quartet convention, I'm going in there because I wanted to learn something about the music business. And it was a few things I did learn, but the most thing I really heard was how this person got famous, or how this person wrote this song, or how, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't get information on what makes a song a good song. Or,
You
you know,
wasn't getting the information back then.
Well,
yeah, I didn't really get no information. I got information on this is what you need, but I didn't get information on how do I get what I need. I mean, how do I get to BMI and get my stuff? But then after so long, I started hearing from a lot of older people that, because it wasn't a lot of people in them classes that we was in, but I started hearing from a lot of older people that what's the use in paying somebody to come all the way from where they coming from to sit down and give $1 million worth of information and ain't but three people in there.
well, see, from that standpoint, if the conventions are not money driven, then that should be a part of the package. Say, hey, if you're gonna sing, you're gonna sign in at this seminar to get this knowledge. If we care about the growth of the industry, but and I'm just saying, could it be that um, the ones that's hosting these things is a part of keeping them dumb so they can keep paying you? I don't know. I'm asking. This is a cruel world, and it's business sometimes can be cruel. I tell
Yeah.
you what I got out of the GMWA in 1995, that you got to be saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. You
Oh,
know, other than that, you know, nothing you doing out here is gonna last and stand. Now, me with my smart self that challenged the church when I was 9 years old, saying, okay, I know these jokers up here that's telling me this, and they ain't saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. And what that got to do with publishing, copyrights, you get what I'm saying? So this is what I did, Josh. In '96, I went back to the GMWA. I brought the True Believers, and I told them, y'all stay over here. I'm going on the contempt side.
The other
You
side.
get what I'm saying? And I got over there, and they said, "What that quartet boy doing over here? You know, what he doing over here? You know?" And I said, "I want to be taught. I need to know about publishing." You know what I'm saying? So I'm paying my fee because I want to sit in this class. And I'm saying is 35 people in the class on the quartet side. It is 450 people in this seminar. You know, you get what I'm saying?
The same
Same,
conference or whatever.
same. So what I start doing is I start mingling over there, and I say this God rest his soul, very smart man. Keith took what I was doing. I was mingling over there every year till they started knowing my name. To watch this, we started being a part of the traditional side of that function and every function that they had. You get what I'm saying? Cat Cole, Castro, True Believers, Highly Favored. We was the traditional side of the contempt world. From the Ames Convention, Koja Convention, you know, all these special events that quartet don't generally be on. Highly Favored did them all. You know what I'm saying? And I commend Keith because when I stopped doing Highly Favored, you know, there was no one mingling and doing that. What Keith did, which is smart, he mingled with them. He sung over there with them. So when it came voting time for the Stellars, when he made the ballot, watch this. They don't know nothing about a Williams singers, Selvish singers, you name some of our finest out here. And we got a bunch of them out here that's I think is excellent. But they don't know nothing about. But they know a Keith Wonderboy. Now they know a Josh that was with a Keith Wonderboy. So when you voting on this ballot as a multiple choice answer, you know, you got to vote for somebody to get to the next thing. What they gonna do? Vote for the first name they see, whether they like him or not. I know Keith. I know Josh. Bam, 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 bam. He created a smart machine, man.
Talking, man. Y'all talking great stuff, bro. Y'all talking great stuff. Y'all check this out now. We are nearing the time. And we're gonna try to Josh, me and you may kick around just a little longer. I want to show a video with Cat. Him singing with the band. Cat, I don't know if you even want to stay on, but we got to play this Hold It in the Road at just the bottom line. You got to play Hold It in the Road. But Josh, do you got anything else to say right now?
No, I just want to say, Cat, I'm gonna have to call you later on tomorrow or something.
Call me, man. And I'll say this, Chris and Josh, because I do understand how things work. I have to limit myself on being on platforms and stuff. You give. I'm being honest, man. I love my kids, and I live a good life, and I want, you know what I'm saying. I want to continue that, you know. So,
hey, Cat, I promise, I got a wife in the house, and yeah, that's the same way. Yeah, I got to take care of the dogs and everything.
So therefore, I have to spread the knowledge out because it's powerful, but it ain't popular, you know. And I ain't. Somebody said the other week, well, you must be being a sellout. No, I ain't been a sellout. It's like I'm just not going to sacrifice my life for yours. You know, I don't see you sacrificing your life for mine. So we're gonna keep it 100 on that. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Jesus did that for us.
Yeah. I've done it before, and I've seen the outcome of it. It's just, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't nothing major that could shake my life. But I'm saying it. I'll say this. I spoke some good knowledge at the GMWA one time. You know, real knowledge. You know, about real publishing. You know, and I was never invited back. You know, same way with a couple of more.
Which side you was on, Cat?
The tech side. Okay. You know, it came out that, oh, he think he know everything. Oh, he think he's smart. He think he did.
Pride, man. Pride would knock you in your tail.
Well, I thought I was helping somebody, but what I was doing, it was exposing. I was exposing that people that was on the panel and held position were just holding a position and on a panel, you know. So that was a learned lesson for me. You get what I'm saying? Is if I'm gonna go to a workshop, act like my surroundings. Go the same. Go to try that house, you know, and just be it, you know. So yeah, man,
Cat,
I
man,
wish every
I promise, man, we really appreciate you. What you laughing at, man?
Cat,
This dude, Cat, what you laughing at, man?
I hear you though, Cat. I hear you.
Hey, one thing about Cat gonna try that room
oh yeah, you know
everywhere.
what I'm saying?
Hey, everywhere.
It-
Listen, Josh, Cat did a show with me, and Cat, I don't know if you remember it, man. We was in Indianola. We was Josh. The building was the building was right beside a church. It was right beside a church. Matter of fact, it probably was a church community room that they rent. They rent the church out. They rent it out for these events. You know what I'm saying? So we was up in there. Cat, if you remember, you brought Jeff came with you.
mm-hmm.
Jeff came with you. And me and Cat talked about a lot of stuff on the outside, which I ain't gonna even talk about. Great information, you know. We talked about a lot of stuff. We'll leave it right there. But Cat, if you remember, the people that started getting on their feet to the last song, Josh, we done played 2 hours. Now they ready to party. And we got up out that thing. But when I tell you, Cat taught me something. And Josh, this has been, and Cat, that's been roughly 3-4 years ago. Now, that was prior to the pandemic. So I say 5. I listened, just like I listened to George on the road at some things. I listened. Cat told me this, Josh. He said, Parks, it ain't how you start. Finish it, Cat.
It's how you finish, baby.
It's how you finish.
It's how you finish.
Cat taught me that, man. And cause Josh, me, you know, Josh the gig with me. I'm like, man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I learned it was a tough lesson. I'm glad I didn't learn it the wrong way, but I'm glad I got it. It ain't how you start.
How you finish?
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
And man, I've been doing it ever since. Some people don't do that.
Well, Cat, go on and speak to that one time. I'm gonna say just, and then we can go. But I'm saying, like, so many of us performers get on the stage and feel like that because people ain't jumping up and down, or falling out, or shouting, or screaming, or whatnot. That you're not doing a great job, or that they're not paying attention to what you're doing or listening.
We're so trained to see that, and that's what our flesh want to see. That's we want to see that, and have no idea that sometimes people are just sitting there enjoying you, and then sometimes it's a test to see if you gonna give up. You get what I'm saying? I tell my guys, and Jeff attests to, we are the entertainment. They paid to see us, so that means I can't get hyped because they getting hyped. I need to be hyped, and I need to be hyped throughout my performance. You get what I'm saying? Doing whatever I got to do throughout my performance, because at the end of the day, I'm the entertainment for this moment.
Josh, another thing, Cat asked me always, man, what kind of crowd we singing to? Well, but just like he said, we are there to entertain them. You see what I'm saying? Not the latest song that we heard on our way to the show. That may not be the song that to entertain the age group, whether young or old, crowd that we're trying to entertain. We are trying to entertain the paying people.
And I always say this: you as the entertainer always have the upper hand. You got to have heart with it, but you got the upper hand. Meaning, people are most people that buy tickets or come to a show, they are followers. They should be easier to be influenced than you are to be influenced. Meaning, you as an artist should never be influenced by the audience. But they come there to be influenced by you. So if you having a good time, if you going hard, they're influenced. They're gonna come and go with you. That's how you see some quote unquote, and I hate to use this term, but local groups get in there and trash your house. They be so confident in what they done practice on, and I don't care right or wrong. They so confident. Before you know it, they done snatched the life out of the house.
Mighty
You
Gospel
know,
Warriors.
and then here you come a polished pro. You know, got your expectations, and you doing your good singing, your good playing, you in your good suit. You don't come in your good bus and miss that house like Stevie Wonder trying to throw a rock at a pole at night. You get what I'm saying? It's because you really don't have the confidence in what you presenting. And I say this about me. I don't sing many covers. When I came to the blues side, I was told by some blues guys, you're going to start your first 3 years off with covers. I told them, no, I'm not. I'm going to start my first 3 years off singing nobody's songs but mine. And I'm going to sing them. I'm going to sing them every night till they start singing them with me, till they start dancing with me. And the God is my witness, Jeff will tell you that's just what I did. My first 3 years, I would not sing a cover. I don't care who it was and what you request. And if you came up there and request a cover for me, I tell them, I'm sorry, but you at a Mr. Sipp show. If you want to hear that, you need to go to their concert. But you at a Mr. Sipp show. You paid to be here to see me. You hear me for the next 45 minutes, And I'm telling you, I sung my little song off that It's My Guitar record faithfully every night. And before you know it, they were singing the song. Before you know it, they was dancing to the song. And what that did for me is I sacrificed my feelings and them sitting there looking at me saying, this is I ain't never heard of him. I ain't never heard that song. But I perform those songs. With confidence. I put on a show. And before you know it, now it's like, if I sang too many covers, why you singing other folks' songs? You feel me?
Yes,
So, we want to hear your song. Okay, I wanted the same chain go to come. I didn't write that one, but I wanted to sing. But we want to hear one of your slow songs. Okay, but that's the conversation I want to be having with the audience.
yes, sir.
Check this out, Kat. How can the people that have tuned in, because we have Josh told me the numbers, I think, from the last one, and people who went back and watched the lives and the YouTubes or whatnot. How can people support Mr. Sipp? How can you throw something out there? How the audience can support you directly?
You can go to my website, www.mrsipp.net. That website is combined with the True Believers. So if you're a gospel fan, you click on the True Believers link and you can go to True Believers World. Or you can click on the Mr. Sipp link and go to Mr. Sipp's World. And there you'll find videos, pictures, Facebook, Instagram. We also have a web store where we have t-shirts, jerseys, product you can buy. That's like if you want to support from that way. But what means the most to me, if you go and you follow the Mr. Sipp TMBC Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mr. Sipp. Every now and then, check the website. Look at the schedule and show up at some of the events. I'm grateful. We're not a unit that's pushing or promoting a product. We're pushing and promoting a good time. And if you have a good time, you invest into what makes you happy. So you see how the spin is on that. I take my mind off of pushing the product. I want to push the good time. If you're having a good time, you're gonna come back to the party.
Hey, Sipp, man, Josh, you need to stay on about 10 more minutes. Sipp, man, we appreciate you. And Josh, we're gonna let you have last words to Mr. Sipp, but I'm gonna say this. Sipp, we appreciate you being a trailblazer in this music that we play. Josh, we did Drew, Mississippi together this past year. Sipp brought the True Believers in Mississippi. Okay. First time I ever seen it done in my life. Okay. True Believers hit 12-ish. Sipp hit 3-ish. And I was like, this dude is killing these people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the world? You understand what I'm saying? I was like, wow. I was at wow. And it put me in, I may get me a Sipp. If I do Drew Mississippi, I may get me a gospel group too. Josh, I say the gospel Josh because we finna hit this room. You understand what I'm saying? But Sipp, I really appreciate you you know, the knowledge that I have gained from you personally. Man, I appreciate it. Josh Sipp done sent me files. We talked about the Michael Jackson concert screams the last time. I got more files. And these are things that people don't have to do. They don't have to share their knowledge. This room should be thousands. You know what I'm saying? And maybe one day we're going to build it up too. Well, not maybe, we are. But this is crucial information that you ain't going to get at them seminars. So, Sipp, we appreciate you, man. Josh, what you got?
Man, I appreciate y'all too, man. Appreciate y'all. Want everybody to know I sing blues, but I am quartet. I was born quartet. I moved out quartet. I'm quartet is what I do. It's what right now I'm doing quartet in the blues. You know, so for the people that think, oh, he done left and then sold us out. No, I ain't left. I ain't sold you out. I just took it to a different audience. What I'm saying is I'm bona fide, certified quartet. Talk about it. Holy Ghost power. All that.
Josh, what you got this last word, Mississippi?
I ain't got much. I just say the same to Peter, Cat, man. Appreciate you for coming on. Appreciate the knowledge that you shared. I'm always enlightened when I talk to you, so that's why I'm gonna call you later on this week.
Call me, man.
Man, and Josh, now let me tell you, Josh, and Sipp. Now, these two guys answering their phone. Oh my God. That's all I was saying.
Hey man, I drive a tractor in the daytime, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't hear that boy. You know, and let me just clear that I drive a tractor for myself now. I be out here, you know, working for myself. But I'm saying I be out here. I'm a whole country boy. You know. Yeah. So.
Hey Sipp,
yeah.
we finna let you go, but because you got to take care of bit. Josh, can you stay on 10 more minutes or whatnot? 5 more minutes?
Yeah, I'm still eating my fish.
Oh my God, that fish is cold, bro.
It's good.
Sipp, we're gonna play Philip, Mississippi. Cat, you remember this? You remember this show? We're gonna play Philip, Mississippi. Hold It in the Road. Cat had a whole Soul Train line running behind. Like it was so funny. So Sipp, if you need to log off, man, hey, we appreciate you, man. But I want to play this. I want y'all to be at June 10th. Y'all make sure y'all go hear Sipp in Greenwood, Mississippi. Sipp, you need a sound guy. I think I'm off that weekend. Holler at your boy.
All right.
Y'all support Mr. Sipp. Hey, go to Josh, thestellarawards.com. And Josh, I think it's open for everybody at the moment, correct?
Still open for the public, yeah, till May 1st.
Till May 1st. Y'all go vote Josh Myles. He's going for number 2.
Category
25.
Category who?
25.
Category 25. Y'all go vote for Josh. Hit Sipp on his websites. Be at his shows. I know he got shows in May because this is on the fly. I saw it in June, but he got shows in May. You know, hey, you may catch him with me in 2025 because he booked up all of it.
Hey, Sipp, tell them how they can follow you again, bro.
That's www.mrsipp.net. If you go to Google and just type in Mr. Sipp, that's the first thing that pop up is my website. It's gonna come up if you.
And it's accurate. It's accurate. It's like real time.
Yeah. So be on the lookout. I'm doing a 3-day live recording July 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. I'm trying to nail down all the other details about it. So more information about that will be coming soon.
So you going live? Is it Mr. Sipp or is it True Believers?
It's gonna be the soul side of Sipp Friday, the traditional blues side of Sipp Saturday, the gospel side of Sipp Sunday.
You got to love
all
it,
in one
man.
weekend. All in one weekend.
I love it.
You know, 3-day weekend.
Macomb,
Mississippi. Macomb, Mississippi at the Palace Theater.
Okay.
And that will be the first. That will be the introductory of my citywide fest, Sipping with the Sipp, which will be that weekend every year from now on, according to the mayor of Pike County.
Are you doing video also?
Yeah, video and audio.
That's hot. That's hot. I imagine this is a nice room since you're doing video.
It's a nice room. It's a nice room, and we're gonna do what we got to do to make the visual be what I need it to be, and you already kind of know how I do that when I'm doing it.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go out half stepping. For real. That's a fact. We go out half step, we ain't going.
So
Josh,
So
you got
that's that.
anything?
I'm good. I appreciate you, Cat.
All right, man. I got to roll. I got
You be safe, bro.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Josh,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yep.
We're gonna play this, Josh. Let me let you. This dude throw this room up. Lord have mercy if I can play it. Boy, I tell you what, this technology is. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. But I'm gonna get it by the grace. What Chill say? By the grace. Man, if we can get Red on. Josh, I got a nice list. I know we live. We want to stay live, so let's watch what we stay still. But Josh, I got a list of people. Josh, we can go 52 weeks. With my list and your list, Josh, we can go 52 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Easily, Josh.
We got to get them next 52 though.
I need y'all to come and drive this thing. Drive it right here. I need some drivers. Come on down.
Now check this out. This is so funny.
That's it.
I may skip ahead too. You see the Soul Train line.
She's good to me.
I allowed it.
She must be the finest thing. Oh yeah, that I ever seen.
My boy right there, blue hat. He playing the bass. Most guys. Brad's having a good time. And we got steals. Now this is a show Cat said, what my shirt is. So we talked about last week. I don't think Josh can hear me. Josh, they finna start tearing his grass up. It's gonna look just like that in the front.
She get what it takes to make a grown man just like me. Make my feet shake. And when she do how to do it, I can't refuse. It's just like riding in a Cadillac on the highway, set on through. Now when she asks me how I do it, I tell her I'm trying to get holy in the road. Y'all know holy. Never let go. I got you now, holy in the road. Oh, baby, let me see your holy road. Gotta take you for a spin, baby. I ain't gonna let go. Holy road.
And what a coincidence at the stream yard.
Mississippi. What I want you to do, what I need you to do, take your steering wheel and
Hold on. What you say, John?
Say we'll fix it, Parks.
One more time. Say it again. I turned it down.
I didn't know you were gonna play that off YouTube. I'm gonna have to show you that.
Oh, we can't play this?
I don't really
No,
know.
this is my channel.
I don't know.
No, I think it was just an advertisement come up.
I know it, but that's what I'm saying. You could just pull the video and play it.
Yeah, you gotta teach me
through
that.
the StreamYard instead of having to go to YouTube and play the video.
Oh, are they finna take the whole thing down, or do I need to stop?
I don't really know. But
Let's just play it anyway. Let's just see them do it.
Halfway through, you might well go and let it play this time.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get you no strike, you know. My strike, you know, I hit foul balls and everything, but your strike, yeah, no.
We'll see. We might be straight though. They ain't hit me with no strike yet.
All right, well, let me know. Make sure you check your email and notifications. It's almost over. What? But you got to see this. I mean, Sipp gave us permission to play it. It's still too loud, so I can hear you good now because I had it wide open. I can hear you.
Nah, yeah, I'm good.
And Josh, the reason I'm looking like that because I couldn't hear the stem, and I want to make sure I hear the stem. I ain't trying to run off me the track. Ro got in-ears back there, but he ain't got them in because don't nobody know how to work the thing back there. Josh, you have to watch this. This is the funny part.
Look at big truck. Look at that boy.
Josh, watch this. This is so funny to me. This dude done formed a whole soul train, man. In the grass. But them folks in Philly know how to party, doc.
Look at my boy. Why you sucking that boy? I'm taking that boy.
Hey, he felt good. I promise. I think I gave him a free t-shirt, didn't I? Today. Him and my boy in the blue hat. Come on, bro. Come on. Stay with me.
But they killing me.
Now that's the promoter at that Mr. Noville. Watch Cat right here. Can't look at me. That's when I started laughing. It's all a show, man. It's a thing. I think that's about it, bro. Let's see
All right, Paul.
how we get to me and you. There we go. That's me and you. Josh, I think, I don't know, Preach Young, he say,
What's up, Thomas? That's Thomas Young.
what's up, Mr. Preacher, Mr. Young? How you doing? Josh, I think, man, Sipp shared some great information.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I think it was some helpful information, man, especially the topic that you all hit on about, I guess, not the conferences or whatnot, the seminars. And you got me, Doc, when basically it seems like you was seeking certain information. Some was given, some wasn't given to you.
Yeah.
And you was seeking. You see what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, a lot of the information that I got now, like I said, from reading and all that stuff, but Some of the older guys gave me some of that information, and then some of the older guys were honest with me and said, "I don't really know, because we ain't never have to deal with that side of the business." And the truth of the matter is, today is it's a lot different from what it was years ago. Number one, because of what of streaming and all of that stuff, but then number two, it's a lot more. It's we talk about being an independent artist, and I think we talked about that with Danny one day on the I hear you, John. But being an independent artist take a lot, and it's really like you the company, and you got to do the things that a record label would do for yourself. You got to do that for yourself, and so it's a lot of other stuff you got to learn. You got to learn a lot more than just being a great artist and going out there on the stage and killing it every night. You got to know some business.
I think some people wants to, because I've been through this situation with certain artists that I have played with. I think some people shy away from record companies because of the stigma. Some information is facts, some of it isn't facts. Because I've been in both worlds. I've been with a record company, been with an organization with a record company that worked for you, and I've been with a record company that ain't done nothing for you. You see what I'm saying? So I can do bad by myself, or this is the attitude that some people have. I don't need a record company because what do they have to offer? They didn't do something for so and so, and some of them have legitimate statements. But I guess, Josh, it's about being with the right people. Right.
That's what it boiled down to. I think it boiled down to being with the right people, and it also boils down to having the right formula.
Now, do people formula vary?
Yeah, I think I made a post on Facebook. Ain't no one size fits all.
Well, I'm just talking about all your posts, and I promise I ain't read your posts.
Well, ain't no one size fits all. Everybody got to work each thing out for themselves. And I mean, the post I was talking about salvation, but it go for everything in life. Really, at the end of the day, it's not no. I can't tell you how to be a great dad by how I father my children, because your children ain't my children. So it's gonna be something different in the mix of things. It may be some certain principles or some profound truths that still stand, but the way you deal with whatever situation that you have is gonna be some differences in there with my situation. So I feel like it ain't never no one size fits all formula to success, period, and definitely success in the music business.
I got you, Josh. Man, you have also, you presented some great information to us. Man, just because you're younger than me, we ain't gonna call your age. Just because you're younger than me, I promise, man, the information that you give freely. And Josh done sent me files. Josh done sent me a whole album and say study. You know what I'm saying? So just because you a homeboy and we talk, then don't never think that I take the information that you give me for granted. I don't.
Same here, Paul.
I soak you, Cat, Ray, I soak all that crap up. And man, 3 different formats like that, I should be a bad dude. I'm just saying, I should be because the one thing about me, Josh, and Josh know, I ain't scared to call you. Now, he ain't gonna answer the phone. Well, I would call you at 12 o'clock at night. If I got an issue, I'm gonna call you. Ray, I'm gonna call you. Ray on a whole different time frame over there. I'm gonna call you. Now, you ain't gonna answer. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you 3 times. Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. After the Holy Ghost, I'm gonna say you sleep. That's what I'm gonna say. But Josh, man, I think what we got going, I think it's a great thing. It has veered to something different. What we want to critique stuff. That has, we got them strikes. So it has veered from that. But man, I still think this is crucial information, man. And Josh, I'm finna get off the broadcast, but with me and you finna still talk just a little bit. You got anything else you want to say?
I just was looking at Thomas' comment. Some artists want to do everything and not delegate their needs to professionals in the industry because they don't want to spend money to make progress in their careers. Some of them don't want to spend money, and then some of them feel like they're giving up stuff. Again, I'll say I could be a great artist and I could have some great songs, but if I don't create the relationships or if I don't figure out what to do to get them from my backyard, I'm gonna just have some good stuff sitting in the backyard. And there's probably a bunch of good stuff that they uncovering today. What they call archaeologists. They
Yep.
uncovering a lot of good stuff today that we never read about in a history book.
Yep. And some stuff they intentionally leave at the history book. I want to put that. That's a different whole nother topic. But yeah. Hey, but Thomas, Thomas is is correct, and that's just not in this industry. That's in other industries, in your everyday life.
Oh yeah.
People want to assume that they can do everything on their own
because they want to keep power or control or whatever it may be.
No, that's the wrong way. Yeah. For one, you're gonna clock out of here early because you're gonna be stressed.
Much more that.
Stress is and it's a fact. Stress kills.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But two, I have always came to this is the way I always thought about it, Josh. And Josh knows because me and Justin did work together. If I'm making it, you making it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real simple. If I'm making it, you making it. I'm not trying to hold 100%. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spread this boy around. Everybody do their job, and this puzzle is gonna come together.
Yep.
I do a venue, Josh, and if I'm over the whole thing, I'm not gonna decorate. I'm gonna hire a decorator.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna cook the food.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna hire somebody, a caterer. Why do you got to have your foot in every piece of pie to say, yeah, I did it?
If you got your foot in everything, just about everything gonna suffer. That's just point blank period. And I really don't. It don't matter who you are. You can't micromanage everybody. If you running something, if you running an empire, you can't micromanage that entire empire. You got to trust somebody to do their job.
You got to trust somebody. You got to trust somebody that assume they have the same vision or somewhat in touch with what you got. Somebody that don't want to see you fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody don't want to see you fall. Now, Josh, it's some old heads that still micromanage. They don't get it. And now I'm gonna say old heads, Lord, forgive me. And we still alive, Lord. Season. They just don't get it. And Josh, I was one of them. I was one of them tonight. I'm gonna hit all these comments. I was one of them. Maccabee just come in it. Maccabee just come in it. Maccabee play with me now. Maccabee wasn't playing with me when Josh was playing with me. I wasn't listening to my band. You know what I'm saying? I was micromanaging. You know what I'm saying? I set up, run lights. This, man, I spread that thing around, Josh. Now, you understand what I'm saying? I got to. And thank God I didn't learn the hard way. The hard way was me stroking out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thank God that I didn't learn the hard way. And Maccabee can tell you, Doc, I look over there and say, Maccabee, give me something. Give me something. Because I know that I hired somebody that ain't gonna go in left field on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's protecting the brand, but he's protecting himself too, because he got his own brand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you got to align yourself with people that can understand, I can't say business, that can comprehend what you're trying to do. I don't know if I'm saying it right. They can comprehend what you're trying to do, and they're not going to embarrass themselves, number one. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go into a gig and you just thinking about the head brother in charge, I ain't gonna say the brother, I ain't gonna say the other word, the head brother in charge, and you ain't thinking about yourself, you lost automatically. You shouldn't be there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go play with some Caucasian brothers. You understand what I'm saying? For one, I'm gonna play the song. I'm gonna play the album. I ain't gonna embarrass myself. I'm playing to play again.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, Josh, my opinion. It's just my opinion. I think my greatest advertisement is one of my greatest advertisements is me playing for my audience. I'm playing for an audience. We just did a show, roughly 400 or 500 people there. I gave out 10 business cards. If I can get 5 shows out of that, I'm good. I'm good. That was my greatest advertisement. All them old people, elderly, seasoned people that was in there, they ain't on Facebook. They don't know what YouTube is. But they heard Smack play that harmonica. That's what they remember. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want you to come to Texas and play at my party. Man, we travel. Holla at me. This is my business card. To me, man, and I don't think artists, some artists, and I'm gonna be straight up with you, Josh. This is stuff people don't want to talk about. I don't think some artists, you got some promoters paying 45, and we're talking about gospel in what we playing. Some people don't take their craft serious.
Yeah.
For instance, they'll get out there and give the public anything. For one, that's not fair to the promoter. That's not fair to your fans, your audience that you're catering to. Because you are catering to their audience. I done had just because you tired, that don't mean nothing to that woman, man that done traveled 5 hours to get there to hear you sing one song because it's his or her favorite song, right? But when you sung that song, Josh, I'm just using you for example. Josh sung this song 30 seconds. Is that fair, Josh? No, it ain't fair. I'm listening to go.
Nah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you 100%.
You must just text me. You must tell me shut the hell up. Let me see. You didn't text me. Oh, okay. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, man, people, artists, and this is pros too. We need to stop taking stuff for granted. Because just like that pandemic shut everything down within a week, say it can't happen again. You see what I'm saying? Stop taking stuff for granted. That's what I say. Let's read these comments, Josh. Josh, are you able to see the comments now, right?
Yeah, I can see them.
Now, Josh, also I put a feature on there. You are able, we'll talk about this when we end the broadcast. I think we did this one, right? We did that one. Yeah, we did that one. Okay. Thomas, read that one. Let's see, for example. It's basically saying one person running the whole group. It's basically what he said. It's here about one person in the group. The booking manager, the manager, and he probably the lead singer. And the MD. And the drummer. You want to enlighten on that, bro? You good?
I'm good. I think you kind of got that one pretty good part with stroking out. You doing all that, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and we want these brothers to live a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? I promise I do. I promise. I want these brothers to live a long time. I don't wish bad on nobody. I want these brothers to live a long time. But they probably want to listen to their doctor. Because if I'm telling you about to stroke out, you got too much stress. I know their doctor done told them because he probably gave him a stress test.
Most people don't get stress tests on a regular basis, and a lot of time, I'm just speaking. A lot of time you be having them headaches. Them headaches be your blood pressure rising, or your blood pressure be high, and you could be at stroke level and not even know it, just because you got too much on you. I mean, I'm just saying, it ain't just music, but us doing music and living life. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? You may be having a good day and then you just come down with a headache all of a sudden and you got to go lay down, or you're going to take some Advil or whatever. But you probably need to go get checked out because there's probably stress on you and you probably close to something detrimental and you just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? We seen plenty of people have heart attacks. Just recently, Jamie Foxx had a stroke.
Josh, I don't even know how you was even thinking, Jamie. Jamie was on my mind. I was going to talk about him. Keep on.
Go ahead.
For instance, musicians, entertainers, mostly at lower level, mid level. I don't know about the big cats. Man, we don't take care of ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves. We let these promoters put us in 1-star hotels. These are motels. They give you an actual key to open. No, I ain't even gonna call this promoter that did me like that. And I stayed. I slept on the bus that night. They put these hotels with these hard tiles, with these beds. They got stains in them, and let me tell y'all about these tents. Y'all better start raising these sheets and looking at the headboard, because I'm trying to tell you, bed bugs is on the rise. You take a bed bug home with you or back on that bus, on that van, everybody gonna feel it. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, Josh, that goes back to me. That goes back to standards. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no high-tech big dude or blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? Doc, you ain't finna put me in the Wayside Inn motel. You ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna stay there. My wife, Josh, my wife, now she ain't high-tech, but she high-tech. She ain't gonna stay. I can't take my wife to there. The tile scratch your face. We got to have standard. I never forget one of me and Carr's last conversation before he passed. And rest easy, C Boogie. One of our last conversations was, PD, man, we got to start basically demanding that we stay in legitimate hotels, some with an exercise room. You see what I'm saying? Don't put me in the motel beside the Waffle House. You see what I'm saying? I want to stay somewhere where I can get up. In the morning I can eat me some fruit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we as musicians, not just quartet, we got to start taking care of ourselves. We got to start making doctor's appointments. We got to start scheduling doctor's appointments. Josh just mentioned high blood pressure. Some people don't even know the normal blood pressure, Josh. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't either.
So 120 over 80, ain't it? Somebody said 120 over 80.
It's 120 over 80.
Yeah, it's 120 over 80. I mean, these are facts that we should know. we should know this. Not saying that when Josh go on the road, he need to take a blood pressure machine with him. I'm not saying that. But Josh, your blood pressure can affect everything in your body. Kidneys, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I know you can talk more about this, but it can affect everything.
I'm just saying for me, what I do, I mean, when I go to the doctor, I mean, they tell me that my blood pressure level is straight. But what I try to do is just continue to do things to at least keep my blood pressure level down. And then I'm saying, I told you a couple things that we doing. Me and Shaq agreed to do. So we be it's good to have somebody like that when you can. Yeah, we kind of make a competition out of it because it keep us trying to do something healthy. You know what I'm saying? So
it's gonna keep you in shape. It's gonna be healthy, just like you just said.
Yeah. So I try to watch my salt intake and all that stuff because soda pops, Powerade, energy drinks, like all that stuff. All that stuff have effect on your blood pressure, man, for real.
Now I'm letting everybody know I don't drink every night. I just drink during the podcast. Okay. I'm in the studio. Now, if I'm mixing the album, yeah, I have me some drinks. You understand? Somebody put a sad face up there. But
you crazy, boy.
But you're right, Josh. Like we got to start taking care of ourselves. We really do, man. We really do. And stop letting these promoters do you the way they want to do you. But at the same time, you can't go in this show and not put on a show for the people that pay for you to entertain them. And Josh, Josh was singing quartet for, I don't know how long are you with Harvey or was with Harvey? You can talk about that one another day. But Josh, believe it or not, the people came to see, they came for some of them gonna say, I came for the spirit or whatnot. Fine and dandy. People came to be entertained. They came for a show. And the production of the quartet shows, that's a whole different topic, is nothing compared to who just counseled Oxford, Josh? Who just counseled Oxford? Wes Morgan or something?
It ain't Wes Morgan. I've been wanting to say Wes Morgan for the longest. But
who was it?
Morgan something. I can't remember his last name.
But Josh, I wasn't there.
Cool, buddy.
I wasn't there, Josh. But the pictures that I see, did you see the production?
Oh, yeah. We just got finished talking about that earlier, too. And then we're going to probably have to pull. But I'm going to tell you, that's what I was.
You must be texting me then.
Yeah, I didn't text you, but we had Dennis Mitchell in the studio for about 2 days, and we were talking about the same thing. Like, instead of, and this ain't everybody can't do it, and it ain't no slight to people that can't do that, but I think a goal for doing this, as far as doing this for a living and wanting to be the best at doing it, I think one goal could be, or actually, I'll be honest, we saw Zacardi actually doing this on his tour. He got a tour going on.
Right.
Zacardi he's bringing himself, he's bringing the band, he's bringing the sound, he's bringing the lights. And so
he's showing you experience.
He's bringing the complete experience with him. And a lot of the dates that we see, it's just like the Morgan guy. If Beyonce come to a stadium, they ain't a promoter is not just booking Beyonce to come to that stadium. She booking Beyonce, she booking the band, she booking the dancers, or whoever they booking the band, the dancers, they booking the sound crew, they booking the light crew, they booking You know what I'm saying? They booking the entire experience. They booking the stage crew. They booking everything that is needed for their artists to show up and and put on a great show or put on a great performance or whatever you want to call it. At the end of entertainment is at the end of what we do. If you're not entertained, if I'm not keeping your attention, I cannot get you into a place of worship or wherever you want to go. If I can't hold your attention, if I'm not interested, I can't get you to wherever it is that we trying to go. So
John, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you have last words, and then we're gonna hit it. John Whitmore, rest in peace, John. John Whitmore told me some hard news one time. Hard news. We was on, matter of fact, we was broke down on the side of the road in Arizona, headed to California on the ice cream bus. John Whitmore looked at me. I'm like, man, John, man, why we ain't got dates? You know, why we ain't got dates? John, huh?
Go ahead, Peter.
John looked at me and said, Parks. He called me Parks. Parks. You know how John used to talk?
Yeah.
Parks. Are we in demand? I said, damn. I said to myself, damn, John, you got a good point. You know what I'm saying? It was just that statement that put life in perspective for me. For one, it made me want to work harder.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Did it make everybody else want to work hard? I can't carry the group. You see what I'm saying? But it made me want to work hard. It made me want to fine-tune my craft. You see what I'm saying? You mentioned entertainers. One of the best entertainers in the gospel industry that's still with us. It's Tony Mason. Tony Mason was my roommate for years. 19 years. He was crazy now. That's my boy. That's my boy. It is my boy. But let me tell you about Cuz. We call him Cuz. That's where I got my name from, Cuz, because we call each other Cuz.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I got it from. But Cuz was real. And when Cuz came on the floor, you felt it. Josh, we was flopping Dallas, Texas. And I'm gonna let you go. We was flopping Dallas, Texas. We was with Risen and everything. Risen killed that. Risen came up, sound just like the album. Sound just like the album. Here we is in a nice place, packed like a gymnasium. It's a university gymnasium. Nice, big, nice stage, lights. It was like a race band production, more better than race band. I don't know. And we was flopping. Cuz wasn't there. Cuz plane was late. We was flopping that house. We can get action on. He'll tell you. We was missing that room. It got to the point was, man, when we gonna get off this floor? Like, can time please hurry up? All of a sudden, the crowd went crazy, Josh. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I looked behind me. Cuz straight out the taxi cab, putting on his suit in the middle of everybody, putting on his suit. When Cuz hit that floor, the crowd went crazy. You would have thought Michael Jackson had just dropped down from the ceiling. That's my last thing, Josh. You can go and say. I think Thomas just said something. I don't know if you want to comment on that.
What they say, money isn't the main thing, but there's many avenues that quartet can take and do great things for their career. But shouting that house is the bar for most of them. Well, yeah.
Hey, Thomas, that's their standard. That's some. Now, I want to make that clear. Don't come for me now. That's some standard. and they don't call it shouting. How they call it? Busting that house.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah.
And Josh, you take us out.
Well, I think that's another conversation we can have. If we can't get a guest next week, Peter, we just talk about some of this stuff.
We're gonna get a guest. between me and you, we can get a guess.
But I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget to go to thestellarawards.com and vote. You got till May the 1st. Vote. Category number 25. That's the category I'm in. Quartet Album of the Year. Vote. You got to vote for everybody for your ballot to go through. So it's a lot of other people on there.
Y'all go vote for Josh. Josh deserved this, and I know that he can make it happen. Josh, I think somebody wants your contact information right here.
That's Thomas. I got you, bro.
All right. So, I forgot you can see everything I can see, Lord Jesus. Josh, give me 1 second. Stay on 1 second. Hey, y'all tune in next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We're going to have another guest. Maybe Josh can get my flight soon. Lord bless him. God bless. But listen, we're going to talk about that later. But listen, I'm going to end this broadcast. Josh, 1 second, okay?
All right.